first opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. On first down, Ryan surveying the field. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Here's Ryan to throw. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Play clock winding down. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. 13 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Here's Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers. Everyone got involved and forced a 4th down.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Ooh, that's taking a real chance on the opening drive of the ball game. I get wanting to be aggressive, but you don't want to leave your defense in a bad spot right away. Fortunately, they're able to convert here on 4th down.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
Time running out here on the play clock. Ryan leaves with Freeman on the draw. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Mike Mitchell coming up from the secondary to make the stop. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And the play clock's running down. On second down, Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball. And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
From the shotgun, Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get nothing out of that one. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. To throw is Ryan. That's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper from 3 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession.
And that just happened. How about that play right there? As you said, opening possession, setting the tone for everything. And I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone. The tight end gets a little bit of love. But if you're a receiver on the team, you should be thinking to yourself, boy, oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
Brown, the lone receiver, left.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Here's Ryan to throw. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down. For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On second down, here's Ryan. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Play clock winding down. On third down, Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman from 8 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
13 yards there on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin. 3 yards to go on second down. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Three yards left to grab here on third down. Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. He's got his man here. It's Green. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now Roethlisberger brought in by Coates. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
They go play action here on first down. He's got time. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll be brought down at the 23. make it the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They snap it at one. Now Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Time running out here on the play clock. On second down, Freeman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. NFC Championship game for Coleman, 64 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. We talked a lot this year about the duo of he and Freeman and what they mean to this team. They've got them, no, not just them, but they've got them on the doorstep along with Matt Ryan and others of a Super Bowl title.
And a lot of people would describe them as 1A and 1B in terms of being the lead back. And Devontae Freeman, when you ask the Atlanta coaches about him, they all say he's fantastic. But having Tevin Coleman to spell him, that's what puts him over the top and makes him a 1,000-yard runner. That little bit of break, and of course Tevin Coleman brings an extra gear.
The give is to Bell. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space, no gain. Every now and then when we see a really good run, we really tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen. What the offensive line did, what the receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of good yardage and made it happen with great effort.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And Boswell's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Javon Hargrave in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. And the play clock's running down. Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 49 yards. Fresh set of downs here.
I really don't think that Julio Jones could be happier right now. Plenty of catch opportunities in this game. He's converted them, and his team's winning.
And Matt Ryan's happy, too, to have Julio Jones on the other side of these.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we talk about breaking teams down, and oftentimes just through a running game. These two, they can break a team down through the air. Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will extend their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go. Like 30.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. He finds Coates, complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Second down now after the incompletion. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Coates. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Finding time. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. 10 yards still left on second down. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Again on second and 10, it's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on third and 10. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up fourth down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Caught on the right side by Jones. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And when these two are clicking, Ryan and Jones, and we've seen multiple hookups here in this one, usually their offense is clicking, and that's why they're winning.
Yeah, they tend to follow what those two do. They set the tone for either a good day or maybe a tougher day. And right now
Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Surveying the field. Brought in by Coates. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you've got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop it, and they've been able to do that.
And he's gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL. Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So make it 3 field goals for him now, and this last one tightens things up a bit.
And I know that offense is on the sideline right about now, checking out the tablets and saying, man, we let a good chance slip away there. We've got to start finishing some of these drives.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
To throw is Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. 2nd down following the run. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He's got time in the pocket. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Flushed out right, and he slides to avoid the hit. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a second and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out here in the eye. From the 4, it's second and goal. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic, and Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player.
3 yards remaining here on second down. Here's Bell. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it, and the defense did exactly that.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Rodgers. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them. They run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He's got his man here. It's Green. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
I'd love to sit down at some point in our offseason and talk to these defensive coordinators in the red zone. Tight end is obviously a big threat, yet these guys continue to make plays. Is there any other way to stop them?
Apparently not. In the red zone, like you said, that's your guy. They got it to it.
Supreme confidence in going to a playmaker.
He's got time. His pass caught at the 4. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and goal. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Here we go.
Roethlisberger looking to throw. Finding time. Shreds the tackle. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. The big fella, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now Ryan on first down. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. play clock winding down. Ryan, the left side completion to Jones. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on 1st down. Surveying the field. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Ryan. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Falcons. Mohamed Sanu, 60 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th. That was a nice little setup there off play action for the long touchdown pass.
And I've got to tell you, it brings back bad memories for a guy like me as a former defensive back because in a playbook I knew a long time ago, we described that play pattern as draw pass 9 go.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And Green with a catch left side. The 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ladarius Green, 67 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. They'll look to throw. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And the play clock's running down. Here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 3rd down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Devontae Freeman, his shiftiness doesn't pay off here in short yardage. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing. The Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Taken in at the 22. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down trot.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 48 yards.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So 2nd and 10 here. Back to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. He's got time. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series, 3rd and 13. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.